Hello friends, my name is Vimal Menon and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to explain or I'm going to go through over some of the AI tool that you might find it useful. So very first on the list is the DeepSeek. So DeepSeek is one of Chinese AI model that is very cheap, and I feel it does pretty good job of creating an response as what you need, right? So let me go through one of the example over here. So I can write like something like can you write me a script for YouTube channel for AI tools. So I'm going to use the same script or same prompt on all the LLMs or all the AI tools, and let's see how the response is, and we will see we'll go through different tools, right? So going over this, here is the response that we received from the DeepSeek, and I guess this is pretty good in a way that it provided a lot of options here. Like one of them is tooling, and then it talks about some other stuff as video editing and nightmare solution. Yeah. Anyways, solver. I mean to say it talks about video editing and nightmare solver. So it gave a pretty detailed YouTube script that I can use for the AI use, right? But for now, I think my idea was to show how the response would look, and I think this is pretty decent response, and this is very decent response, and I don't have any problem with this. I mean to say I can use this for any of my production application if there is any. The other thing to note over here is this actually give the response in text. It cannot generate any image. So if I ask him to create any thumbnail for it, so let me do that. Can you create a thumbnail image for this YouTube video? So it says that it can't do that because this is only a single model AI LLM. It means that it cannot generate images. It can only generate text, right? So that's the idea of there are some models which support multimodal. It means that it can even generate image. So that's what we say. That's what it means when we say like it's a single model, or it's just it support multimodal, right? So yeah. So that's about this DeepSeek, and it's pretty good, and I would recommend using DeepSeek if you have anything to implement, and it's really very cheap. Okay, so moving on, we have Grok. So Grok is another good one, which I use very frequently, and I believe Grok is multimodal. It means that it can even generate image. So let me try that. So I'm in Grok right now, and if I write this same prompt, I could see that even response is bit faster, and let's see how it looks. Yeah, I could see that there is a bit of performance boost in this. I mean to say it generated more tokens or response at a given time, right? So I think this was bit slow, but whereas Grok was bit faster, I felt. I don't know if it's some latency issue or anything, but I could see that it is bit faster, right? Now to my knowledge, I think Grok is multimodal. It means that it can even generate an image. So let me ask Grok to generate an image for me. Let's see if it can do that. So you could see that it is Yeah, I think it can do that. So if it is given me a prompt that I can use, and if I do this, let me see if it's able to generate an image. See, so this is multimodal. It means that it can generate an image, and it did a pretty good job of creating an image for thumbnail, right? So as you could see, DeepSeek cannot create an image, so it's a single model, whereas Grok is multimodal. It can create an image. And also, other thing to note over here is it can even search internet if need so, and whereas Grok can also search the internet, right? And again, there is an option where you can ask them to refine the answer before giving the final answer. I mean to say, it can do a deep thinking, wherein if you turn this on, it means that it would actually go over the response few more times before it give the final response. So if you turn this on, it means that it is going to take more time for generating the response, because once it generate the response, it will actually go through that one more time, or it will make few more iteration before it gives the final answer, right? The same is with this Grok as well. I think there is an option to think deeper or think hard, think hard. Thinks hard. I don't know why it's called things hard, but I thought it should be think hard. Anyways, so if you put it in expert mode, it would actually kind of give the response bit delayed, but your response would be more refined, or it will go through multiple iterations before it gives the final response, right? So so that's about these two models. Moving on, we have ChatGPT. Okay, so many of you might be using ChatGPT. It's a multimodal AI, so you can actually create an image using different models, like as it said, DALI or something like that. I think over here it's mentioned about DALI or Midjourney. So yeah, I think that's about that. Another one that I frequently use in my office is Microsoft 360 Copilot. So this is something that I use a lot while at work for creating email, or not for creating email, but for refining my email and other stuff, and I find it pretty useful. So if I put this, same prompt. I think it did the search this time, rather than let me go to chat. Oh, so I think you need to have an Microsoft account, Microsoft 365 account, to use the GitHub Copilot. Unfortunately, I don't want to create this Microsoft 365 account. I don't know if this is paid or if this is a free plan, but I really don't want to do this. But I use this a lot in my office, and I kind of feel that this is also pretty cool, as it has integration with a lot of Microsoft products like Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. So if you ask a prompt, and if you ask them to create a Word document out of it, or an Excel document out of it, it can even do that. So that's pretty nice with Microsoft 360, and I use it a lot in my office or while I'm at work, right? So the next one that I want to go through over is Perplexity. That's how I think it's pronounced, and it is kind of having it kind of have a good name in terms of that it can do a good research or a good research work. So if you have something to research, or if you want like some kind of reference to be shown while it's generating the response, I think it does a pretty good job. And also to add on to this, they also have some free model and paid model, but I think Microsoft 360 or GitHub Copilot only have Copilot only have a paid plan, which I'm not interested in using right now. but this one is free to use. But there might be some quota on how much you could use in a day. There is a limit on that, but I think the limit is pretty generous, and I think you can use like quite a bit before you go out of quota. And as far as I know, DeepSeek is also the same. It has pretty good quota. You would never go, I have never seen any time that I'm going out of quota on the DeepSeek. As far as Grok goes, I feel that they have some quota which you might go out if you use it very frequently. Yeah, so that's about it. And also they have some monthly plan that you can take, which might be pretty helpful, right? So that's about Perplexity, and I think it does a good job of doing the research work, and it provide the link and reference and other stuff for that you can use later for your reference, right? So that's why Perplexity has been has been known, or that's why Perplexity has been, people prefer Perplexity while doing while doing AI, while searching for AI or finding an accurate answer, right? So that's about the Perplexity. The other thing that I want to mention over is Ollama. So many of you might not know, but you can also run few of these AI model locally on your system. This means that you're not sending the data to any of the companies over. You're actually doing all the things locally, or inferencing locally, and it means that your data is private and it is within your system. But the only downside to this is, or only problem to this is, you need to have good system with a good memory, so that it can do the job, right? So if I ask the same question, this might take some time, and even the token generation would be the token generation would be longer, or I mean to say, it might take longer to generate the response, because my memory on this is not much, and for the models to run, as you could see, like the response is very slow, and the response that is being sent out, or that is being received, is called token. Okay, so the faster you see the response, the more faster the token is able to generate, and I could see that this is taking really long time, and I don't I have two systems. One is my laptop, and this is my MacBook, and this doesn't have much of memory or GPU to process this faster. But I do have another desktop. I think if I run the same prompt in my desktop, this might do a pretty good job of generating the response, or this might generate token much faster, right? So that's about it. So if you're considering to use some LLM, or if you don't want to send out data, you can actually use this Ollama, which is local to your system, and your data won't be sent over the internet, and it's private. Now moving on, we have Gemini, Google Gemini. Before I think I'm on the AI Google Studio right now, and this is not enabled in my where I'm located, so I have to use VPN so that I can access it. So I think this is just like other AI that we have used, like Grok and DeepSeek. So if I do this, and if I run, I think it want me to select a key. Okay, let me select a key. Sorry. Okay, so this is again the same kind of stuff. I think this has good integration with Google tools. Maybe it can do some sort of image generation, or maybe if you have Google Docs or something, it can integrate better with that. And you could see that it is able to generate response in around 36.2 seconds. That I think is pretty good. Let me see if I could see how much time this took. I cannot see how much time this took. Yeah, this took 1.2 second. This is pretty fast as compared to Google Studio or Google. Maybe it has integration, that's why it's taking time. So let me ask the same question. Can you create a thumbnail image for me? And let me see if it is multimodal and if it can generate an image for me or not. Okay. So it has access to Nano Banana, and Nano Banana is a image model. I know that, and I kind of see that it can generate, and I'm pretty sure it can generate the image, right? So this again is another one tool that I know would I think it did a pretty good job of generating an image. If I give more detailed list of the tools that I'm using, I think it would have changed the icon as well. But I like this more than what Grok has created for me. If I to be honest, I like this more relatable as compared to the Grok, the image that is generated by the Grok, right? So this is pretty good. And also the other thing that many of you might not be aware of is this concept called as temperature. So if you want like more creativity, you can increase the temperature. But if you feel that you want like something which is very regular or which is very common, you can actually reduce the temperature to 0 or something on the lower level, right? So this temperature kind of impact how the response is generated. The more temperature, more creativity it will have, and the less temperature means that it would have less. It would reduce the creativity level, and it would be more on the general side, or which would be very safe, right? So so there is always a downside for this. So if you increase the temperature a lot, then you might expect something which might not be very much common, or so this is something that we can do to improve the creativity, right? So moving on, the next tool that I want to mention about is N8N. So I have used this tool a bit. This is another one which require low code or no code at all, wherein you can build stuff using these graphs or using these nodes. So you can start with a node, and then you can build on the top of the node. Like you can connect one node to the another node, and then it will flow from the first node to the second node, and it can do the job. So instead of writing the logic in some programming language, this can do the logic of moving the flow. So it can go through the first condition, then it can go through the second condition, second node, and then if there is any condition there, it can accordingly move to the right node, and it can do the job, right? I'll be making a detailed video on N8N. I'm thinking maybe not very technical, but somewhere I feel that if you have access to N8N, or if you know how to use N8N, I think that's pretty useful even for your personal work or for your job. So I'll be making a video on N8N, and I'll be showing the basic flow, and I'll be showing how to use the N8N efficiently, right? So on the same line of no code or low code, there's something called as Zapier. Sorry, this is not Zapier, this is the Zapier. So Zapier is again another one of the big low code or no code workflow AI tool that I've used a bit, and I haven't used extensively, but I know this provide very simple workflow, and it has integration with a lot of stuff, and that actually can make your task more completing your task more easy. So it means that think about creating a document, connecting to different workflow, and sending message and other stuff. This can do the job for that. I'll be talking more about these workflow later. Maybe I'll try to cover that as a part of N8N flow. But Zapier is just like N8N, but with better integration, I feel, or this has more of a paid plan, right? Yeah. Moving on, we have another one which is make.com. So again, another one which provide workflow use, which you can build an AI agent using workflow. So this is just like Zapier and N8N and other AI model, another AI stuff that you might have gone through. But I think they have some pricing limit, if I'm not wrong. So you have to pay some price for the usage, and after that, you have to pay some price. It's not free. And even the same is with I guess with Zapier. But for N8N, if you can self-host on your system, if you have a computer, you can actually self-host it in your computer, and you will be able to use it locally, right? So it doesn't go to the internet. It can stay in your local machine, and you can get all the feature, I think it has some enterprise feature you won't get, but all the other feature you will be getting it as a part of the flow, right? So that's about all the low code or no code flow that you can use for making AI agents or AI workflow. The other thing I want to go about, I covered, like, as a beginner, these are few of the tools, and these are one of the few stuff that you can use if you are not a beginner but rather an intermediate person who knows bit about how to use these AI tools. The other one that I want to go over is for the advanced users. So if you are advanced, or if you are very comfortable in using these, or if you want to take your automation to the next level, I would recommend learning Python. Python is not a very difficult language. It is pretty simple. And if you know, like, basic of Python, I feel that you can do a lot. And what I would also recommend is installing VS Code, which I already have, and also to have a coding assistant like a GitHub Copilot. I think it should be GitHub Copilot. Okay, so if you have something like GitHub Copilot, even this would be like, this is a very deadly combination, or this would be a very good combination, wherein if you learn Python, and if you, let's say, if you're struck on some issue, right, you can actually ask GitHub Copilot to fix it, and it can fix your code, right? So what I would recommend is, if you want to take your automation to the next level, I would definitely recommend to learn Python, right? And I know it won't be easy, as in, like, you cannot do that in 1 or 2 days, or maybe in some weeks. It might take months, or maybe it will take months to learn or understand about Python. And but I think it's actually worth it, because with the way things are moving, if everyone would have to learn Python, or everyone has to move to automation, right? So yeah, so I would recommend learning Python. And I would also recommend having a GitHub Copilot, or there are many other alternative like Claude Code, and there are many other that I have seen that can help with the coding, right? So think as if like you have some sort of personal tutor who's going to help you with the Python, right? So yeah, so that's about this. And then if you're really very advanced, I would recommend learning an AI framework, and this will take your skill to the next level. And I would say like there are a lot of frameworks that do the excellent job of creating the workflow, automating it. And trust me on this, companies are going to ask for this later. They would want people who knows how to create the workflow. They want things to be automated rather than all the tasks to be done by human, right? So there are many frameworks like LangChain, LangGraph, and there is also Pydantic AI, which is very simple to learn. And if you know Python, I think learning this framework won't be difficult, right? So that's the video that I want to make. I want to go over various AI stuff, AI tools that I use daily, and some of these I would recommend you start using it to make yourself productive, and they are very good. They are very good, and I would recommend using it, right? So I'll be making another dedicated video on these workflow. I know learning this DeepSeek and all, I mean to say using DeepSeek and Microsoft Copilot and Perplexity and other stuff is pretty simple, as you don't need any additional tool or any deep understanding. You can ask everything in a simple language, as they don't involve any sort of coding or any other stuff. But whereas if you want to create a workflow like which might be useful or which might automate your stuff, this involves some sort of work or some sort of coding or bit of understanding. So I feel that this needs some time to understand, and I'm planning to make some dedicated video on these framework. I'm not sure which one I'm going to pick. I'll be picking something which is free, which I feel that doesn't cost a lot, and which I feel everyone should be able to use. And considering that I might use NA10, I'm not sure yet, but NA10 would be one of my top priority. But I'll do some research, and I'll see which one is better. I'll see which provide the better plan, and then I'll be making a video on that. So learning this would be very useful, trust me on this, because of the fact that things are getting automated, right? People are using AI for a lot of stuff, and if you know how to use these tools, you will be able to integrate to different application, and they can do the job without you being involved, right? So I'll be making a video on one of these workflow tools without making it complicated. I don't want this to be very complex. Rather, I would want everyone to be able to follow these stuff, right? So let me know what you guys think about it. So that was my short video that I thought I'll make I'll make today. And if you guys have any question, please do let me know. Or if you have any tools that you use very frequently, also let me know about that. I'll be interested in knowing what tools are you using, or what kind of AI workflow are you using. And in my later videos, or in some maybe next month, I feel I'll be showing how I'm automating my YouTube channel so that it can do other stuffs, right? So yeah, so that's about it, and that was my short video or the video for today, and thanks a lot and have a great day.